Do you have anything in an aquarium?
Some games just jump out at me when they get their very few precious seconds on the Steam storefront. Luckily, Megaquarium was one of them. A simulator / management game, or tycoon-esque as we can faithfully call it thanks to Chris Sawyer, Megaquarium allows you to design, build and maintain your own dream aquarium. But is everything as dreamy as it seems? My first impressions of the game were mixed. For a start, the asking price is around £20, and it has to be said that with a small box-like room surrounded by void that you're presented with, the game isn't outwardly very impressive. Of course, it's quite a shallow sentiment to make, which soon passes as you are guided through the game. What astounds me is how well Megaquarium handles guiding the player through what is usually quite a taxing process of learning all the ins and outs of a simulation game. The game offers a huge level of progression and different challenges to overcome. Unlike the previously mentioned Rollercoaster Tycoon games, Megaquarium almost puzzles you with how you lay out your aquarium, what fishes to put where, and so forth. For instance, some fishes must be housed in warm waters and others in cold. Some must be placed in shoals, others will grow and eat smaller fishes and must be kept on their own away from their own species. It means you have to put thought in your displays and brings out a strange level of creativity, as well as teaching me more than I thought I'd need to about marine life. Fuck you, Jacques Cousteau, I can do this shit better than you can.
Here we see, down in the depths, the puffer fish. Look how it swims, carefully making its way through the ocean currents. Oh.
Balancing the needs of your animals with the general upkeep of the aquarium adds to the complexity of the game. Hiring staff to feed the animals, maintain machines to keep the water filtered and heated, as well as clean up after the no-good, inconsiderate public, is a must. Giving them zones to patrol as well as parts to play will help everything run smoothly. And of course, all of this needs to be done within your budget. What surprised me was the inclusion of progression through what is known as prestige points. Certain events and animals will give you prestige every day that will slowly degrade, adding towards higher ranks. Once the next rank is reached, new building materials, tanks, animals and such are available to research. To that end, research is fulfilled by having certain animals on display. Some offer scientific points that allow technologies such as tanks and machines to be unlocked. Others offer ecological points, which will unlock new animals to add to your exhibits. There is a traditional campaign to play through, with challenges on each level, making you adapt to different conditions and build the right exhibits accordingly. Levels also come with optional objectives that can reward the player with decorations or even new animals to add. The sandbox mode is an included staple, although unlike the thrill of Rollercoaster Tycoon's sadistic madness with the option of building a park of 700 roller coasters that you'll inevitably call the Devil's Spaghetti, having the freedom to build your own aquarium without objectives doesn't hold the same thrill. Again, not a major issue, the campaign is exceptionally enjoyable, and that's coming from someone who honestly didn't really enjoy the campaigns of the Rollercoaster Tycoon franchise. As minimalistic as the art style is, I find it both charming and functional for the type of game on offer. I applaud the devs for actually animating the fish, and even more so for the first person option here. Scrolling the mouse wheel all the way in to zoom will allow you to walk about your aquarium as a guest, taking in the exhibits and getting to see your wonderful design choices at a different angle. It's not something I expected at all, but it's a wonderful inclusion that goes to show this was more of a passion project than a cash grab or a throwaway idea. That being said, the game might do well visually and be sound in gameplay, but there are some technical aspects I do have grievances with. Some of the character animations are choppy close up, and I mean, would it be hard to animate their arms at 90 degrees here to show that they're holding the toolboxes or the food? This is a bit nitpicky compared to what can be quite long loading times on startup. Some performance issues tested during and post recording that admittedly cleared quite quickly, and some minor graphical glitches. What does irk me slightly is that guests manage to walk about during building, so if you're just doing a quick build and you don't want to pause the game because you'd rather keep your revenue stream going, make sure you wall off the area first. It's a pain to have guests blunder into your space and you have to wait for the AI to guide them out of the way, and the AI is a tad dim. It would be nice to somehow move or direct guests in some way or interact with them. A personal complaint, but that's all. Further into the game, difficulty was never really an issue, which I actually like, but animal variation is a little lackluster. I mean, there's plenty of fish, to quote a dating site, but that's all you get. Fish, octopi, some sharks. Would be nice to have aquatic mammals like otters or penguins. Still, there's plenty to keep you invested. Megaquarium is a game that defied my expectations. It's a rewarding, time-stealing treat that has all the gratification of the audible pops of research points and ticket sales, with the mind-bending puzzle elements of pairing fishes in hopes of not creating the next .io game. It's a bright and colourful game, with tons to do and progression to keep you interested. The campaign introduces new concepts slowly and very well, and it's accessible enough that anyone can play. Importantly, the devs seem passionate and the game shines because of it. It is, however, marred by some technical issues, and the animal variety is a tad limited. But I'm sure this could be fixed with perhaps some DLC content. Megaquarium gets an 8 out of 10.